Okay. With that, again, job 1 is safety, job 2 is sport, and job point 5 is have fun. Okay.
Okay, so this is Mason Lake number 2. You guys all heard the chief official. Job number 1 is safety, job number 2 is sport, and job point 5 is have fun. Well, they are all very, very important to having a great race. Before everything else, I want to really thank Huggins Berman for hosting this race. Really grateful for the local community for having a great, amazing course. So today the weather condition is really, really nice. The only thing that is that's not ideal is the temperature at 8 o'clock is a little freezing, as you can see. It's currently 36. I want to kind of mention why I decided to commentate on the videos. So when I was just start getting into the sports, I was pretty nervous about starting my first race, and all you heard and all you watched on YouTube is like Cat 4.5 or Cat 5 crash videos, and we used to call it Crash 5, and it's not a good reputation. And in some of the races I was part of in the past, there were a lot of yelling. People were yelling at each other for certain things that they do, whether deserving or not. I find those were not the best way to give feedbacks, especially either in the moment or outside of the race, because in the moment it's everyone had the adrenaline rush, and right after the race you already don't remember anything that happened. So I find having a camera on the bike and just to kind of point out certain things and make people a little bit more aware. I hopefully this is a good way to make the beginners less timid and make you aware, and hopefully in the future the race can be a little safer. If that achieves the goal, great. If it doesn't, well, at least I have something I can watch when I'm on the trainer. So I will be probably pointing out a few things, as some of you might have known what happened at the finish, but there's a few other things too. But just remember, everything that I point out is not personal. I'm only addressing the specific action, and I'm not holding anything personally against anybody as well. Overall, the race has been really, really nice. I really enjoyed this course, and the weather is just absolutely beautiful. So again, this is a huge field this week. We have 50 something people registered, and Apex again brought a big team. Right now you can see, it looks like a lot of distance between me and the guy in front. However, I set the GoPro to ultra wide, so things looked a lot further than they actually are. So this is just the beginning of the race. The one noticeable difference between this race and the previous race is my mindset. So before the last race, I was very motivated to stay in top 10 at all time. I really, really want to race from in the front of the pack. However, coming from the most recent crash from last week, I find a little hard to trust anyone at this particular moment. And my goal for the first lap was just kind of, hey, I want to use the first lap to rebuild that confidence, to rebuild that feel, like riding around in the field. So on the hindsight, it didn't work out well, but it is what it is. Yeah, part of the reason I jumped right back into the race is because I feel like, hey, if I were to wait it for a while, the next race I would have jumped in, I would have been way more timid. Being there, I was still able to feel generally very relaxed, there are a few specific moments where I was a little spoofed, so I will kind of leave more distance and I had to chase back on. We'll point those out when it happens. So right now I'm just focusing on just riding in the pack. And also after the crash, I don't know why, but I just didn't have I feel like I didn't have the level of fitness I had a week before. During the week, it was a miracle that the bike shop was able to repair my bike. So during the last crash, my saddle was absolutely broken. I had a really almost destroyed derailleur hanger, and yeah, the wheel broke a spoke, and somehow whoever run into my rear wheel also dented the cassette, which is really shocking. Like the cassette, the largest cog was like bent, and then you can see a visible like waving when you spin it. To me it was absolutely mind-boggling how impact like that could happen. Oh yeah, that reminds me. It's also worth noting, great to support the local bike shops, because initially there's no way I could get all the things I need to fix my bike. However, since I have a Giant and there are a few Giant dealers around my area, so I was able to get a saddle from one of the Giant dealer, Greg Cycles. Thank you so much. And I was able to get a brand new derailleur hanger in stock at Mountain Lake Bicycles. So huge shout out to them. And then Men Bicycles was able to build everything back up for me on Friday. So it was great. I get to test ride my bike on Friday, and also run into an Apex rider, JC. So if you're watching, huge shout out to you. You guys have a great team. This is and that ride really reminded me of why I fall in love with the sport. It's the sportsmanship, it's the friendship. It's you meet cool people. You may be competing against each other during the race. However, outside of the race, you can have a conversation and you get to know them, and you get to chat about what happened during the race and what did you learn. It makes the sport not just a very lonely, training 20 hours a week on the trainer. Something I definitely don't do. Anyway, so the race favorite, Mason, is still in the race, and he is one win away from upgrading to Cat 3, and he's definitely motivated for it. He's currently right now in the front of the race. Again, the camera is is mounted right below the handlebar, so you can't see the field of view I'm looking. At this particular moment, there are two guys up in the front, almost like a little break. However, the field was not very motivated to chase them down right away, because it's still the beginning of the race and none of the Apex guys were represented. So I'm not very threatened. I'm just, again, feeling, hey, I'm just gonna stay here, stay where I'm at. I did communicate with the Apex guys as that happened. I was like, hey, there is a two-man breakaway up front. I don't think the second guy, who was wearing a little light color jersey, I don't think it was an Apex rider. So I did make sure I communicate that with them. I guess this is another thing I want to mention is during the race, it's okay to talk to your competitions. It's okay to talk to the riders near you. So don't just think that, hey, it's my competition, I'm just gonna hold a stiff lip, and just communicate. It's very, very important when you are riding up next to them. Let them know you are there and just communicate. So the race is generally safer that way. So right now, there's really not much going on until we hit the first major right turn. and we'll talk a little bit about what happened then. But right now, things are still pretty uneventful. You can see my heart rate is really high for me, for how little of power we were doing. Yeah, right now at the descent, I definitely can feel like, hey, I'm not going to just push it. The week before, when I was descending the same section, even the road was wet. I was descending with so much confidence up front. However, right now it's kind of like the mid to back of the pack. You can see I'm like giving a lot of space just in case something were to happen. It's a little triggering at that moment, just like, please everyone, be safe. Yeah, I make sure I announce myself like as I'm slowing down. Yeah, during the race, I think the descent definitely make it really hard for me, because every single descent I try to brake a little and give some more distance, so by the time we get to the uphill, I don't carry as much momentum, and I also don't I also have to just accelerate to catch up, and that burns a lot of my energy. Right now, that descending section kind of made me I was able to recover a little bit, so my heart rate was able to come down, which is great. So earlier I was again really trying to be on the left side of the road, try to give myself an out. However, I couldn't find a way to move up, and so I decided to kind of go to the other side, and I was able to catch a rider moving forward, so just to catch a nice draft to move up. Right now I'm like at the pretty front of the group, and I just decided to continue to slot in and try to draft. I think, I'm not entirely sure, the wind direction is going from left to right at this particular section. I could really feel a lot of the wind as I was on the left side. I kind of knew that, but I still decided to go on the left side just because I have an out. At this, you can see on the left side, there's a rider who was trying to pass people on the other side of the center line. Don't do it. I make sure, I told him like, hey, center line rule, hey, make sure you don't do that. You can get DQ, number one, and number two is still at the beginning of the race, and what if there's a car coming from the other side? The road is not fully closed, and if anything were to happen, number one, it's a bad situation for all, for you personally, and number two is like we would not have this race to race for the future. So please use your best judgments. Don't just respect the center line rules. I think last week the officials has to make a call to DQ certain people that deviate the center line rule. At the tail end of the race, there's also a few center line rule violations, and we'll kind of point them out. Again, just don't do it. Because this is a very narrow course. Yes, position is absolutely important, but pass when make the move up like this when there is actually space. When there's no space and you're trying to force it, and that's when accidents happen. That's when crashes happen. Yeah, I just announced to the rider to my right that, hey, I'm on your left side. Please don't chop my wheel. And again, it's we're in 4-5, and if you're in the 4-5, I think the primary goal is not to try to crush your competitions, but to really learn how to race, but to also learn how to ride efficiently. And I think maybe the highlight reels, like we're not Mathieu van der Poel and just launch a huge surprise attack trying to stay away solo. So I think it's more important to foster good habits at the lower level races, because those good habits will carry you will get carried with you as you upgrade through the ranks to make the races safer. Like if you still race recklessly when the pace was a lot faster, it's a recipe for disaster. Which is why I was actually on the fence about removing the 10 race requirements to upgrade to Cat 4. You can definitely tell like the experience of having done mass start races makes the movement a lot more predictable. Right now, there's a move. I think Mason just make a pretty big move in the front. So at this point, I was like, oh, hey, he's in the front. I gotta be in the front. And especially I see some gap was open. Right now, after this major right turn, they were really hammering in the front. And I kind of take a look at the composition. I was like, oh wow, the taco time is there. There's at least Apex Rider, and this could be threatening. So I really just dug deep, trying to be part of it, and I did. Yeah, at this moment, like the rider to my right side was pushing me to the left, so and I was carrying a lot more speed. I have to just briefly go over the center line a little bit. Yeah, again, not ideal at that moment. And I think at the time I have someone right behind me, so I can trying to like just hit the brake and slow down is not really an option at that particular moment. So right now, there's a pretty big break, and I just kind of flick my elbows. Especially, I just put down a lot of watts for a little longer than I wanted to. So after the rider flicked through, pulled through, I was able to kind of chill in his draft for a little bit. And as we're going into the descending section, and this is when I start to panic a little bit, because I just don't want to descend as fast at that time. So you can see I kind of hit the brakes a little, let a little distance build up, and that's a little too much. And so when I was trying to chase back on, I was really suffering. And then at this point, you can see my heart rate is really, really high. And and at that moment, I was like, I looked down at my power. I know I cannot sustain this, and I really have to go back to the group and recover. And as I turn around and look back, the group is actually right behind me. So that kind of means that the move is not going anywhere. So on the hindsight, this is a dumb move, trying to dig myself into such a deep hole. Yeah, and I just at that time I don't have the power to bridge up. So, yep, I let the group pass me, and then at this moment I knew I screwed up big time. And I kept looking back and trying to be safe, trying to make sure that I give the passing riders space. Right now, I thought that, hey, this is a race over for me, because the race looks like the group has already made up with all the big teams. But at this moment, like the whole group passes me, I was able to really dig deep again, trying to catch back on to the back of the group. And to my surprise, since we were going into a series of downhill section, the group managed to catch back up. Yeah, this is when I dug deep, and then I was able to catch back onto the back of the group. Yeah, and then at this point on, my goal really shifted from, hey, try to be up front, to, hey, I really need to recover, because like recovering, or else I just have to accept the fate of getting dropped. Yeah, descending, I'm still giving people a lot of distance. And I remember at this moment I was still thinking like, oh man, like we're getting close to the crash area. We're still getting close to the crash area. It's not great. Yeah, doing this section when you're in a group, it's so much easier than doing it by yourself. as you can see, like we're able to just the group was slowing down just a little. So whenever I give the group a little distance at the descent, when the group kind of just slowed up at the climb, I was able to just use that momentum and roll straight into the group, and then just kept a nice smooth effort at this point. And I was still keep looking up, and at this moment I found that everyone is still back together now, because I can see the lead car, and there's no riders between the pack and the lead car. So I remember at this point thinking, hey, there's too many Apex riders in front of me, which means, you know, if they were to make a move, I really can't do anything. Yeah, descending. Yeah, the camera definitely makes everything look a lot further than they actually are. Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't think much was happened during this particular section. Yeah, and my heart rate is slowly coming down, but my legs are still very, very cooked from the effort I did. So again, trying to just spin my legs and try to really, really flush out all the lines that I built up. At this particular moment, I felt my heart rate was still very, very high, but looking at the data, apparently that's not true. Yeah, I'm trying to really keep my cadence up just to like really spin and try to really recover. Yeah, luckily this section is a perfect moment to chill. And also as you can see, a lot of riders are taking their water, taking their nutrition during this section. Yeah, it's a common thing is when the race is really, really hard and you forget to eat or drink, which you'll pay for at the end of the race. So I also did the same thing, really, really trying to eat and drink during this section as well. Yeah, the color is so much more vibrant. Just watching the race footage allows me to appreciate how beautiful the course is. In the moment, I was really focusing on looking up and making sure I pay attention to the riders in front of me. Which is, you know, again, very important if you're a beginner racer. When you're riding in the pack like this, make sure you look up. You want to try to look at, don't just look at the rider directly in front of you as well. Only try to look further ahead, so that way you can anticipate when things are happening. And I think right now we're rolling closer to 1K to go. And you can see, I'm really adamant to stay on the left side, just to have an out, especially during the descent. I think the group collectively made a conscious effort to not push it during this section, especially after what happened during the previous week, which is really, really good. I think there's a lot of racers from last week also jumped back into this week as well. So I think the group just decided collectively, like, hey, during the super sketchy section, we're gonna like be safe, which I really, really appreciate. yeah, just look at the view. I'm very, very impressed how beautiful everything is. Like, and also like because the road is not wet, I think there's a lot less just random braking during the race. During the last video, you can hear there's a lot of random disc brake engaging during the fast section, but right now like there's a lot less of those. Could also be in the brake pads. Less noisy. Oh yeah, right now I was yelling at the one guy like, hey, center line rule. He was riding, riding around the center line for an extended amount of time, which is really not. I mean, I understand it if it's just for a brief moment to make yourself to be safe. Yeah, that's fine. But if you're riding just for extended amount of time, like that is really a questionable decision. Yeah, again, for your safety, like especially this is like a windy section of the course. The road is pretty narrow. The whole time I was thinking like, please don't have cars coming from the other direction. The race organizer did a really good job at traffic control during this race. I really want to thank them for all their hard efforts, all the volunteers as well. It's not an easy task putting out a road race, and it's pretty well organized. I had a lot of fun. The course is great. Yeah. Yep, again, giving people distance during the descent section. This section is really fast, and I think we're about to hit 1K to go.
Go.
Yeah, this section you can see like when everyone is so stretched out, like almost single file. Yeah, it means like the pace up front is someone setting the pace really hard up front, and I think the whole group is also suffering. You can see my heart rate is like creeping back up again. Yep, as you can see the 1K to go sign. And during the course recon, I know like right after the 1K to go sign, this really fast descent. You can see my speed was definitely a lot slower compared to last week's speed. Last week I was able to hit like 43 miles an hour during this section, and right now I was only hitting 36. So I just have to chase back up. It's a decision I made. I am paying for it. Is it a decision to help you win races? It's absolutely not. However, like for me, my goal is not to win today. My goal is just to really get back out in the race and really just build that confidence. Yeah, I have to again chase it back up. Right after this turn is about 500 meters to go-ish to the finish. During the early season races, it's very risky to try to be in the back of the pack because people's fitness level varies. So if you're in the back, it's very likely that someone's couldn't hold their line, and then they're gonna get popped. Trying to close the gap from the back is also you're wasting the energy. Yeah, right now I'm still fighting pretty hard to try to stay on the wheels. And just like that, I finished my first lap. It's crazy to think that the week before I wasn't even able to finish one lap. Yeah, heart rate is still pretty high. So right now, again, trying to really recover. My legs are still not recovered from the effort that I did like half a lap ago. So it really shows you like you have to really meter your effort. One of the tricks that I was taught is when you're in a break or when you're making a hard move, trying to just take a quick peek at your power and see if you're able to sustain that power. If not, you're gonna get popped soon anyway. So there's really no need to continue that effort and try to go back into the pack and hope that the pack will be able to chase back the move. Because if you're in a move with a bunch of other guys and they can do efforts, they can do powers that you cannot even sustain, yeah, you're gonna get popped and you are not even able to recover enough to get back onto the move. Yeah, you can see right now there's a few riders up trying to make a move. There is a rider. He's wearing like an ODZ jersey. I have to look up his name. He is really strong, and he was very active during the race. Oh yeah, his name is Samuel. Yeah, Samuel was very strong. He was up in the front, making a lot of moves, really trying to create a breakaway. But he's racing solo, so we kind of chatted after the race. He said that he really wants to make a move happen, but it didn't work. He wished he had teammates. Yeah, I mean, when you're racing with teammates, you should be racing a little differently than when you're racing by yourself. Because at this moment, all I was thinking about is like, wow, Samuel is basically acting like a virtual teammate for Mason. Really stretch out the field. Imagine if Samuel didn't do that and just try to conserve the energy and stay in the pack and only make the hard effort to bridge up to the winning move. I think he would have stayed away with Mason. But he was way too active and burned a lot of energy. Which is surprising. At the end, he still had the life to try to make a sprint effort at the end. Yeah, during this race, you can see like my position is really not great. I'm still like mid-pack to like back of the pack-ish. And I think at this moment, I kind of look back and I saw there is we probably had shed a lot of riders. Just due to how hard the race has been. Over here, I should have tried to slot in, especially the wind, I think, is from left to right. Also, since this is the beginning of the second lap, later on, probably like until the end of lap 2, we'll start seeing some of the dropped riders. Yeah, so this section, you can see the pace wasn't very high, and everyone's trying to take drinks and nutrition. This is kind of how a race will go. When you get dropped, the races become hard all the time. When you're in the pack, the race is hard some of the time. Some of the times you're able to recover, but just the whole group is recovering. I remember when I first started racing, when I get dropped from the group, I finished the race and I looked at my average power and thinking that, wow, I don't have enough power. But the race is really about a few specific moments. If you're able to stay with the pack doing those specific moments, you're gonna save a lot more energy. You'll be averaging a lot less watts. Okay, so in front of me, I think it's Peter. So he is a little swervy, just riding the straight line. I think this is something that he could work on, just like when he's riding in a group, try to make sure he stay in a straight line. Especially like if you try to be predictable. You can really tell the difference between someone that has done a lot of group rides and has done a lot of racing from the beginners just by how they ride. You can see the guys in front of me right now, they're all like riding very smoothly, like maintaining their line. They're not like going all over the place left to right. And when they make a move, it was not like a sudden lateral movement. When you're in the pack, do not make a sudden lateral movement. That's how you chop someone's wheel. That's how you crash a bunch of people out. Yeah, you can see like how the racer in front of me just passed me from the right side. He was moving. He has more speed going going forward. So and as he's moving forward, he's also slightly coming towards the left side. And then I was able to respond to that by giving him enough space for him to make that safe pass. But if you're just make that super twitchy, a lot more sudden, I might not be able to give you the distance, and that might end up disastrously. Yeah, right now you can see I was thinking about following that Apex rider move, but then I just, number one, I don't want to make an effort right now because I still feel like I need to recover from the previous effort. Number two is like, hey, I'm just going to try to be smooth and let other riders filter through. So right now I'm following the wheels and just trying to get to the front of the race. And it's okay to let other people filter in because this portion of the race is, it's not the race winning section. So it's better to just ride safe than trying to gain a bunch of positions. Like gain a bunch of positions in an aggressive and unnecessarily aggressive manner. Yeah, that's not good. So I don't know if you can see that Samuel from Team ODZ. He in the front. He just made a move trying to go up to the front. You can see him still. He didn't make it all the way up. But before he made that move, what he did is he looked back. He signaled he's going to move left, and then after he get the confirmation from the rider next to him, he made that move. It's a really good thing that he did that, and I think it's a pretty good example that a lot of beginner racers can just to make a note of that too. Again, it's about communication with the riders near you. It's okay to do that, and don't think that if I were to signal I'm going to move up and people's going to just get on my wheel. But it's course dependent. If you have the whole lane and make that sudden move safely, by all means do it. However, if right now we only have half the course on a very narrow road, when you make that move, please just be aware of what's going on around you and communicate. Again, this is the downhill section of the course. It is really pretty. I wish I was able to appreciate how pretty the course is when I was in the race, but I was definitely seeing it there. Yeah, you can hear the braking a little bit, and I was really yelling like, hey, slow guys. would say the group is generally pretty safe. Yeah, another thing is I can just notice a few riders before they were about to move up. They will actually look around, making sure they have a clear path before they move, which is great. Really, really good to see that. I think I didn't feel fully recovered until almost the end of the lap 2. Now again, you see the very good habits of guys moving around, making sure they have a good habit. Just be observant, be in the moment. Especially in the group. Again, do not look down. I think at this moment the whole group is still together. Watching this footage makes me, it kind of surprises me how hard of an effort I was doing. 'Cause at the time it felt pretty easy, especially I was in the shoulder side from the wing. As we are approaching the infamous right turn. Yeah, I did notice a lot of people will brake before they make that right turn. I'm not sure what to say about it. I find it pretty wide and it's pretty safe to just take it without braking. But people like to take it very, very wide. We'll be able to see that a lot during this particular moment. During the previous lap, because Mason made a huge move in the front, so the group was a little kind of gets split up, like right before that right turn. But right now, since everyone's still together, it's pretty obvious. So I try to position myself on the left side so I can move up, because I sense this, that the group is all accelerating. I could see that because I was like really looking ahead, and I see the couple riders in front. They're all like shifting up their gears, and so I was like, all right, gotta go. So right now, all of a sudden, the group kind of slow down for the right turn. Oh, I guess we're still going.
My turn!
Yep.
My turn!
You can hear a lot of braking. Oh, a lot of braking. I'm running out of room to move. Yeah, I don't know. We're slowing really down. And now everyone's like trying to sprint to catch back up. think this is the only hard right turn that everyone is slowing down. And all the other windy sections, people are able to not slow down as crazy. Yeah, where I was again telling people, hey, left side, and then he was moving into me, and I was like, hey, watch out. Just trying to be safe and communicative to the riders near me. Here, same thing. I was decided to just like, hey, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna use my brake, and I'm going to because I'm running out of room, and I don't want to go around center line. It's not worth risking car coming the other way. And it's the descender. Still feeling very timid and trying to give people plenty of space. This is a off-camber right turn, so it's kind of like a left descending into a left turn into immediate right turn, kind of like a chicane. So yeah, like kind of hard to modulate your pace. Especially I was kind of timid going riding near a bunch of people, so I kind of just create a lot of space near me so I can feel good. So again, at this point, I know I'm not like racing like for top 10 or whatever. I'm just trying to really practice everything I can. You don't always win. As a matter of fact, that most people don't. But if your goal is result oriented, it's only one person per race can win. But if you have set up process goals, just practice all the things that you want to do, it's hard to lose. Right now my goal is like, hey, I really have to recover, just trying to chill in the pack. So I think I execute that pretty well, so I'm pretty happy. So I just passed Samuel. I actually want to give Samuel huge kudos. So he was up in the front making a lot of hard moves, and right now he's like just drifting into the pack and trying to recover. So he's doing exactly what I'm doing, except with way more fitness. Later on, he was able to swing back up to the front of the pack, and then was able to do a lot more moves. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed by how Samuel rides. I definitely think if he had more teammates, or if he had not done as much effort in the front, try to race a little more conservatively this race, he would have ended up either on the podium or at a really nice placement. Here, I know I want to move up, but I don't really know. I couldn't find a good line to move up, or I couldn't. There's just no space. Speak about. So this just again, it's about position. How do you put yourself in the best position to succeed? And I didn't have what I had in the previous race to get in the front and make a point to stay in the front. So right now it's just hard for me to move up. And I'm okay with that because I really wants to finish the race race safely. Like this is not like this video is not going to teach you how to win the race. It's not going to teach you how to how to upgrade like really quickly. But if anything you want to take out of this video, I hope that you know it's so important to get those good habits at lower category racing, so you can race safe. You can make sure you're safe and everyone around you is safe. I don't want to sound preachy. In 4-5, I don't think anyone is getting paid to race bikes. So, yeah. I listened to a podcast the other day where it really it has a very interesting perspective on your competitions. So, when you win a race or when you do really well, it's also because the competition. So, if you're racing against like good competition, it makes your win mean so much more. So yeah, again, it's just about respecting everyone around you, respecting like your competitions, and not everyone. Like don't think everyone is like out to get you, or just be aggressive to people. Like, hey, you're there, the win means something, or you did well. It's because of other people around you too. So yeah. Here I'm like yelling at the guys in front of me, hey, close the gap, because we're so close to the pack, and don't let the gap open. It's just gonna be so much harder to catch back on. Yeah, luckily that they were able to stitch back up.
Go.
Yeah, you can see the group is really like pushing the pace right now. Over here again, I don't have much room to move up. The camera definitely make it look like a lot more room than it actually has, especially when we're going at pretty high speed.
Close the gap.
When you are in this position of the pack, all you can do is just reacting to what's going on in the front. You can't really see it, especially the road is so windy and narrow. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that everyone's going so hard. I actually don't remember this part at all. But I do feel like after this section, my legs are starting to feel better and better. Like I don't feel my legs was as sore as in the previous lap. Yeah, you can see Samuel just make a move. And he will move his way up to the front of the pack after this section. So pretty impressive. It's a good skill to have. Now I don't have the fitness to do what he does during this particular race at this moment. So kudos to him. I think he will make his way to a category fairly soon. So yeah, this is a very funny moment. So JC next to me from Apex, he just made a huge sigh of relief and was like, "Hey, made it." I think I really appreciate that moment because when he did that, it made me realize, oh, the race is not just hard for me. The race is hard for everybody. And yeah, it is quite an achievement to make it to this part of the race. Yeah, you can see I leave a lot of gap open during the descent. I just ran out to catch back up. Luckily, it wasn't too difficult. I think we're about to make that left turn into the finishing stretch. Yeah, and then if you can see, I think there might be a move up in the front because I don't see the lead car. Ago. Yeah, here's Samuel. Like I think anyone can learn something from him. Like he is right now like near me, but he's not panicking. He's just like, hey, I'm here, chilling, relaxing, going to cover, and then I'm gonna make my way out up front. Yeah, we'll pay a special attention to how he moves up. Something I can learn too. The pace kind of slowed down right now, so it's good to shove drinks and food into your mouth. During this race, the wind definitely plays a huge factor, unlike the previous race. I feel like the previous race, the wind wasn't as prominent as this particular race. Yeah, I don't see the lead car. That means there must be a group that's up ahead. I don't think that group stay up there for too long. I think the group was able to get back together. I was expecting the group to actually stay away, but I guess with the wind it's going to be pretty difficult, especially with a course like this. It's short, punchy climbs and then a little longer descents like right now. So that kind of means the group can descend so much faster than the breakaway. Yeah, I think at this particular moment I feel like, yeah, I'm almost fully recovered, which is a really good lesson for me to learn. Like, hey, I can recover enough. And I think I was a little more active in the last lap compared to the second lap where I was just really trying to just hang on and recover. I do feel like at this doing this particular turn, a lot of people will slow down and well, I guess the right turn is still coming up. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people will slow down quite a bit, and then I was able to just not use my brake as much and just make up some positions. Might be the line. Yeah, here we go. So. Yeah, I think the last lap started, and I think people are still trying to make moves now. I'm still trying to stay shielded, but at the same time, I'm really thinking about I need to move up. Yeah. I thought the guys on the left moving up, he would be doing a lot faster speed than But yeah, I think he just kind of shut it down, so then I had nowhere to go. Kind of frustrating. So right now I'm trying to find a space to move up while stay shielded. Still really couldn't find any space to move up. So you can see me like moving left and right in the back of the group. I can do that because I'm like pretty much almost at the end of the pack, and I have a lot of space. And I'm really just trying to find a path and see where I can move up, and I really can't. So you can see at this point, like Samuel was already like halfway up. I talked to him after the race. He said that in a course like this, he'd much rather burn a little more energy up front in the wind compared to like, getting stuck in the back, which is totally the right thing to do. Yeah, right now it's the flat section. It's just tough to move up, but once the small rollers comes, it's going to be a lot easier to move up. There will be more gaps opening, just due to how people climb at different speed. Yeah, there's the riders on the right side is able to find room to move up on the right side, which is great. It's definitely a gamble, like which wheel you choose. Because when you choose the right wheel, you get to move up at almost no cost. But if you choose the wrong wheel, you kind of get stopped and locks in. Right now, people kind of got pushed to the left, partly because one of the riders, one of the drop riders from a different group, was on the right side. It could be handled a little better with like more communication. For example, just like, hey, riders right. We're not trying to crush people out. We're just trying to make an announcement so people can move safely around. So that wasn't too terrible. It was a very funny incident near the end of the race. I'll point that out when that happens. So right now I'm just following this Apex rider, and he was able to carry a decent speed, so bring me up a lot more. But right now, this red jersey rider was able to cut me off. That's okay. I mean, he did so safely. Just close the door. So right now you can see Samuel like up front. He's already like almost like not that front. He's still kind of in the wind, but he's okay with that because he has like pretty high power, and he's looking for a chance to move up. So one of the guys from the very front, he just pulled to the left, trying to get the other guys to pull through. I'm not entirely sure because I can't really see the lead car from the camera angle, but I'm pretty sure the whole group was still together. Yeah, right now I'm like, again, trying to follow. Nope, I think group is still together. Yeah, you can see Samuel in the front. He just attacked. Yeah, it's just impressive how high his fitness is. Like he's able to recover in the back, just for a lot shorter than I could, and then he's like now up in the front, eating the win and making moves. Very impressive right there. And then you can see the pace is high, and then the group is all single filed. I think after the race, when I talked to him, he said that his strategy is try to create a break, so then have one of the Apex riders bridge up to him. I don't think that is the right strategy. Like had he raced a little more conservatively, I think he would have bridged up to a winning break. So since we're in the descending section, like the move didn't go anywhere, I think the group is still together. Because I remember when the winning break went. It was, I think it was after these sections, when we went back up to the climbing section. I think everyone was very, very tired, and it was a pretty perfect chance to attack. And that's when Mason just went away. Right now, I think there's another drop rider who we're passing. So the Haggis Berman guy on the right side, he just again communicate. It's like, hey, move over. So yeah, kudos to him, making the group safe. So right now the group kind of slowed down. Right side. And I think the move is, I remember it's taco time. I think they kind of made a move from the right side. I was not in any position to chase. Couldn't even move up. It was maybe here I was able to move up closer to the front. Yeah, I think it might be here. Yep, you can see Fred Mason still in the front. Yeah, I think right now I'm close to the front right now. And yeah, I think the winning break is about to happen at this point. So right now I feel after 2 very hard laps, and yeah. Yep, there you go. That's the move. Everyone was trying to follow. Or maybe it was right after this hard effort. It might as well be. At this point, you can see I was able to recover enough to still like try to, make some attempts to stay in the front. Yeah, and I was thinking about trying to catch up to the guy that we just moved up to on the left side, but my legs don't have the snap to do it. Yeah, I think like at this point, yeah, after that attack, and then the group kind of just set up, and I think it was then the winning brake went. We can maybe, hopefully see it if I'm like on the right side of the right side doing the first corner. But we'll see. Yeah, Sandman was right now in front of me. Really strong guy. Very, very strong. Like he's taking the wind so he can move up. Oh, I guess the brake hasn't done. I think it hasn't done.
Right turn.
Yeah. The last right turn. Hey, I don't understand why we're slowing down so much. It's a pretty wide turn. But anyway, again, making a last ditch effort, because I know it's like, hey, if you really want us to do anything, gotta move up, because at the end of the race, the position is more important than the power. Kid was trying to like empty his water bottles so he doesn't carry as much weight up the climb. He has the power, I don't know why he's like carrying around water bottles. Someone drop a ball here. And then this is the last time we're doing this descent into a left turn and a right turn. Off camber. Yeah, as much as as soon as I let the distance build up, I was like, yep, I'm not really continuing for anything because I just don't have it in me to really move up. Just again trying to give distance. Everyone was like trying hard to move up. I was yelling at the Huggins Burner guy, like, hey, don't push me, because he was really trying to.
Yeah, just try not to make sudden movements.
I was yelling at him like, hey, don't make sudden movements that way. Like, he really had no place to go. Like, even if he moved to the left, like he would have touched wheels with the guy in front of me. It's not worth it. Like, just like if you want to move up, the best place to move up is over. Like, this portion is so narrow all the way to the end. Yeah, it was good. No hard feelings. I think at this point, we might be able to see the riders ahead, the two broker riders. At one point, we were really close to it. Really close to it. I think like one of the Apex riders was able to really bridge up, and they ended up staying away. And maybe the mentality of the group at this moment is just chill. Yeah, and then we can see on the right side there's some of the drop riders. backwards. Yeah, it's very important at even at the tail end of the race, especially at the tail end of the race. Just again, be very mindful and be very observant, because people are tired, and when you're tired, you're seeing red, you're not thinking straight, and if you just pay more attention, you could get yourself out of potential trouble. Thanking the guy, I'm just telling him I am there, and then thanking the guy for giving me the space and not moving over. Oh yeah, at this point I think Samuel just went backwards really hard. I don't know, I was actually surprised when he was going backwards. I guess not too surprised because he made so many moves, so many attempts early on. So at that point I was very convinced that he's going to just get popped. But he managed to stay up, stay with the group. Approaching 5 feet to go. Still feeling okay at this point, but nowhere to go. You can see.
Stay the line, hold the line.
Yeah, I kind of see when the rider is twitching. I just tell him, hey, hold the line. Oh yeah, so this is very funny.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. That's right side. I got you. Sorry.
Oh yeah, this is a really funny.
Just wanted you to be safe.
So I was looking up and I see a drop rider was going backwards on the right side really fast. So I was yelling at the riders, to the riders below me. It's like, hey, watch out, right side. I think the Tango Time rider next to me kind of thought I was just yelling at him for no reason. And so he kind of yelled at me back. And I was like, no, hey, look up. He saw the rider. He apologized. He's a really even closer to the end of the race, it's just very important to still stay sharp, keep yourself out of trouble. Yeah, he had later apologized. It's okay. This is part of bike racing. If something happened, you don't know it. It's not personal. So at this point, you can see a lot of riders just riding, only trying to pass people over the yellow line, and we were so convinced that these riders would all get DQ. But some of the time, I don't know why they did. So you can see the fellow car just move all the way to the front and try to like.
I think we all gotta be here. Because of them.
I was talking with one of the Huskies that was such a dumb move. I think in one of the races, there's so many people that violated this and the entire field got gone to queue. You can see like the race car, follow car, really because we don't have the full center. Oh yeah, I think one of the Apex rider got to queue, so he's trying to race car. You can see I don't know, I didn't see it. I think after the race, someone was telling me that he was going over something to avoid it. I couldn't, I didn't see it. But a few other riders, was really going over something was there for like 20 minutes. That was, again, don't do it. If you do it for, to save, to make sure you're safe, yeah, sure. But for extended amount of time, just use your best judgment. Luckily nothing bad. Had it ended any differently, it would be a very different story.
Be safe!
Especially there's a car from the other side. Like, why would you? Like, thank God the car actually just like, stopped.
I know.
And the second, the second guy was telling me that, hey, there's something you shouldn't have to yell. People should
Say again?
I signed up to be a race official last season to really help. Being an official, number one thing to help is to make sure it's safe. Yeah, so seeing when people are not just disrespecting the secondary rule, putting himself and the group in danger, potentially the race, like, definitely to do. Yeah, just go ahead. It's nothing bad.
Hey, you have nowhere to go! No, but like, come on, it's center line rule!
Oh yeah.
Just wait until like 200 meters!
So here again, I'm trying to find space. And then Samuel, I think he's also trying to find space.
There was a bad
I was so
last
surprised
week
to
over
see
there!
him. He's
Center
yelling
line
like, hey,
finish up right!
I have a lot of room to You're right, but this is the end of the race. Oh yeah, this is the
Hey!
Whoa.
Hey, hey!
Jesus, man. I say, buddy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still a little speechless.
What the hell?
So anyway,
Holy shit!
before that went down, during the final left turn, because it's almost the end of the race, right? The position really matters. So Samuel was yelling at me to like move over so I had space to go, but I was trying to find open space to move up. So yeah, he was yelling at me. I was telling him, I was like, hey dude, like the center line rule, you have no space, like just like, my handlebars in front of you, like, back off. But yeah, and then when that happened, I kind of slowed down a little, just to, again, like I was mentally fully done. I don't really want to.
That was a dangerous finish ever.
I
Crazy.
don't want to really do anything at the end, especially with such a back of the pack. Like, what am I doing? Sprinting for
Did you see why
28th
that
finish?
guy like swerved so hard?
I don't
Then,
know. But anyway,
what ended up
that was
happening
stupid.
is
I have it on camera.
Peter
I'm gonna like
walked,
fucking
touched the
look at it and like see what's going on.
all of a sudden he just like swiped all the way to the right. That was a really scary moment.
What the fuck?
Again, highlights the
At
importance.
least I don't think anyone went down, so
Really,
that's progress in
just highlights the importance.
Yeah.
Of just pay attention. And,
Fuck.
man,
That was
I know you're
insane.
tired,
Yeah.
but look up. Like, I don't think that would have happened had he.
Hey, good job for staying upright.
I'm glad that nothing happened. I almost so the husky cycling guy to my right, he was trying to avoid the crash, so he kind of locked up the brake and was skidding. We ended up like kind of
Dude,
touching
nice
shoulders,
save.
but we both
Nice
saved.
save. I was
Here's
so
me,
worried because I went down last week.
Nice save.
Got caught in that very
Yeah.
bad crash.
You were right
Hey,
next.
Peter, if
You
you're
were right
watching
next to me
this,
when that guy did.
What the fuck was that guy doing?
I think he must have just caught his front
They're
wheel.
just things that
Oh my god.
Congratulations. Yeah, like, you did really, really well.
Hey, hey! Carl! Oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm so
that's
so
the end of the
angry.
race.
That race was good until like the last 5K,
Probably
and
won't do
people
what
just
it
started running away dumb.
Yeah. Dude, that like Oregon guy or something, he was like yelling at me at the left. Like, I'm like all the way to the central line. I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Yeah,
I'm glad we're all safe and got a good workout in.
I know.
We saw boys continue how many goals, not reaching like third place when I went. I'm gonna flip. Oh, no, nah, I'm not.
Good job, dude.
I don't know if I want to do it. Well, dude, the last 5K, I was gonna die like 4 times.